We're looking at the Chapter 3 study guide in Canvas here. We'll start off with number 1, where we are dividing by using long division. We turn this 12 into a 6, make it a little bit easier on you guys. So we're going to take 216 divided by 6. 6 can't go into 2, so we're going to go into 21. 6 will go into 21 3 times. 6 times 3 is 18. 21 minus 18 is 3. And then you drop your 6. 6 goes into 36. 6 times 6 is 36. And so that will be your answer. Put it in red for you guys. 36. Bingo. Number 2. 235 divided by 5. Sorry, that's a bad table there. And 5. 5 can't go into 2, so we're going to put it into 23. And it's going to go 4 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Get 3. Drop your 5. And 5 will go into 35 7 times. 5 times 7, 35. No remainder. So your answer is 47. Number 3. We turn this 19 into a 2. So you're going to take 418 divided by 2. 2 goes into 4 twice for a nice even 4. And then 0, bring down the 1. 2 cannot go into 1, so it goes in 0 times. So then you got 0 and a 1. Bring down an 8 for 18. And for 2 goes into 18 9 times for a total of 18. So it's going to be 18 minus 18, which is 0. So there's no remainder. So your answer is going to be 219. 209, sorry about that. 209. Now, diving into story problems. A car dealer has 615 total cars. They also have 5 car lots. If each car lot has the same number of cars, how many cars are on each lot? So remember, when we are separating things into groups and we're trying to see how many of each are in something, so we're trying to figure out how many cars are in each lot. When we're separating like that, we're going to be division. We're doing division. We're dividing. We're dividing 615 cars into 5 lots. We're separating them, and we want to see how many cars are in each one of those 5 lots. So 5 goes into 6 one time. 5 goes into 11 twice for a total of 10. And you get 1. Bring down your 5. 5 goes into 15 3 times. And I apologize, I ran out of room again. 15 minus 15 is 0, so there's no remainder. Your answer will be this number right here. 1, 2, 3. 123 cars in each lot. Looking at the next one. On a family trip to the Grand Canyon, the Hammis family traveled 2,015 miles total. If they drove for 31 hours, what was their average driving speed? So we know 2,015 miles and we know 31 hours. We want to figure out their speed, and typically driving speed is in miles per hour. So we're going to take those 2,015 miles and we want to divide them across those 31 hours. Okay? So 31 can't go into 20, can't go into 2 or 20. So we got to go through 221. 31 can go into 21 6 times, or 201 6 times, and 31 times 6 is going to be 186. 201 minus 186 is going to be 15. You bring your 5 down for 155. 31 will go into 155, a nice number, 5 times. Sorry, bad 5. And that'll be 155, so no remainder. And your answer will be 65. And for a label on this one, it'll be miles in an hour. And sorry, I forgot the label on this previous one. That'll be cars per lot. Cars per lot. Oops. So 65 miles an hour was their average driving speed, and 123 cars in each lot for those story problems. Now, down on the bottom portion, it says estimate using compatible numbers. So we're going to take 23.7. Because this 7 right here is higher, is 5 or higher, we are going to round up and turn this 23.7 into a 24. 3.9, this 9 is 5 or higher, so we're going to round up and it's going to turn into a 4. Quick division fact, 24 divided by 4 should be 6. And because we rounded, it is going to be that squiggly. So instead of the equal sign, it'll be about. The squiggly equal sign means about. Because it's not exactly that answer, but it is about that. On to the next one. We are going to do 37.2. We're going to estimate, and we're going to go down to 36. Because 37 isn't a nice number. 37 is actually one of those prime numbers, if you remember what that is, where it doesn't have a single factor besides itself and the number 1. So there's nothing that can go into 37. So we're going to go down to 36 to make it nicer. And then we're going to take 6.1 and we'll go right down to 6. So we have 36 divided by 6. And that'll be 6. So, on the last one, we'll take 55.35, and we're actually going to estimate it up to 56, because 55 and 7 don't really match well. So we're going to go up to 56, see if we can get a math fact out of it, one of our easy division facts. So we'll go 56, and then we're going to take the 7, and we'll keep it at a 7, 7.3. We'll go down to a 7. And that'll give us, quick math fact, 56 divided by 7 is going to be 8. A good way to remember that one is 5, 6, 7, 8. 56 divided by 7 is 8. So yes, that's how you estimate that. Remember the squigglies, 24 divided by 4 is 6, and 36 divided by 6 is 6. 56 divided by 7 is 8. Those are definitive. But because we are estimating the original numbers, 23.7, 3.9, 37.2, and such, we use that about. So that is why. Moving on to page number 2 of our chapter study guide, chapter 3 study guide. We'll start with the story problems at the top, and it says, estimate using compatible numbers again. Make sure you guys read directions. So we're going to take the average snowfall in Wisconsin of 31.78 inches. If the snow season lasts about 4 months, about how much snow falls on average each month. So this is one of those problems where we are dispersing 32 inches over 4 months. So we're dividing it. We're separating that number, and it's going to be division problem. But first, we have to estimate. So we're going to round this 31.78 up to 32. And then we're going to take that 4 and divide it. 32 divided by 4 equals 8. So it snows on average each month 8 inches in Wisconsin. Number 10. Jazz reads 125 pages of his favorite novel in 3 hours and 15 minutes. About how many pages per hour is he reading? Another problem here where we are separating or dividing. But first, we have to estimate. So we're going to take the 125 pages, and we're going to round it down to 120. Make it nice. And then we're going to take the 3 hours and 15 minutes, and we're just going to round it down to 3. Make it nice. So we'll have 120 for the pages and 3 for the hours, and we'll just do the division. 3 can't go into 1, so it's going to go into 12 4 times. For 12, 0, and 0. 3 can't go into 0. Bingo, and there's your answer, 40. So it'll be roughly 40 pages per hour that Jazz is reading. Moving on to the next portion, we will do divide using long division. We're going to start by crossing out this number 11. We didn't make you do that one. So, coming over here to number 12, we'll take 8.4 divided by 0.02. Now remember our little trick to get rid of that crummy decimal. We will move that decimal 2 spots. But what we do to this side over here, we have to do over here. So we're going to move this decimal 1, 2 over here. So we got to add a 0 there. Now it'll be 840 divided by 2. So we can get rid of this. It'll be 840 divided by 2. So to start with that, 2 goes into 8 4 times for a total of 8. 2 times 4 is 8. Drop your 4 down. 2 again goes into 4 twice. For 4, 0, and 0. 2 cannot go into 0, so that would be your answer. 420. 0.02 goes into 8.4, 420 times. Moving on to number 13. We have 0.242 divided by 0.4. Again, we can move that decimal point to make it a 4, but we have to do it on this side as well. Move that decimal inside the 2 and the 4. So you now have 2.42 divided by 4. Let's get rid of that. 4 can't go into 2, so can it go into 24? Yes, it goes in 6 times. Bring down the 2. 4 cannot go into that 2, so we have to add that 0 and bring it down. So it's 20 then. And 4 can go into 20 5 times, which 4 times 5 is 20, which means no remainder, and that would be your answer. 0.65, so just over a half. 0.242 would be just over a half of 0.4. Moving on to number 14. Max ordered 6.75 feet of sub sandwich from Subway for a party. If he cuts the sub into 0.75 foot long pieces, how many pieces will he have? So it's another one of those separating problems. So we're going to take 6.75 and we're going to divide it by 0.75. Figure out how many pieces he'll have. We can take 0.75 and we'll move that decimal, make it nicer, turn to 75, and then move this decimal twice for 675. Bigger numbers, yes, but no decimals, so it'll be nice numbers. So now 675 divided by 75. 75 can't go into 6, can't go into 7, or 67, sorry. And it can go into 675, and it actually can fit 8 times. 8 times 75 is going to be that 675. Nice number. So he can cut the sub into 0.75 long pieces. How many times? He'll have 8 different pieces. Moving on to number 15. We're actually going to give you a freebie on this one because it's a little bit more difficult and ends up with a repeating number. So if you got a repeating number and you want to know the answer is 1.333. Nice job if you got that, but otherwise, not a big deal. Make sure you resubmit this on Canvas to make sure you get the points for this.